YouTube. This is a video on my Kizer Buddy. And this is a nice little EDC fixed blade that I bought recently. And it's made out of AEB-L steel. And as most people know, AEB-L steel is a European steel. It's been around for about 100 years, I believe. Long time. And there was a guy who did a video. He has a knife company called Big Brown Bear Knives, and his name is Sean Houston, and he breaks down what AEB-L an acronym is, but I'll just make it short. The L at the end of it means low carbon, and I believe the first three initials are the man who invented it, his name. So it's very similar to Sandvik, aka 14C28N, and this knife was part of a Kickstarter that a knife maker did for Kizer, and it comes in multiple configurations. So anyways, I just like the little dog paw on this because I have a dog in my life and a cat, so it reminds me of them. And the jimping on it's pretty good, the lockup's pretty good, and the lanyard that comes with it's pretty decent too. Some people aren't fans of them, so they take them off, and I outfitted my Kydex sheath with an Alti clip so I can carry it in my pocket, because I tend to wear track pants a lot. I don't always wear a belt, so this is handy to have. Of course, I make sure my knife's visible so I don't get in trouble. But yeah, this is a good knife. I use it for gardening, use it for food prep, everyday carry related tasks. It broke down cardboard very well. Open mail with it. You know, that false edge on there is pretty nice. And maybe that's a false edge. I'm not too certain if that, you know, it's a nice, decent flat grind. The billboarding is very minimal. Let's see if we can get this in the camera, and that's, I'm gonna have to get another light there. Okay, I can. So it tells you the name, and it's the knife designer's signature. I can't pronounce the guy's name for the life of me right now, but he's a really cool guy. I've seen his work on the interwebs, and you know, it's a reliable EDC. And here's another comparison to, I'm just going to pause this for a second. And here we go. There's a comparison to my SE Azula. Another nice knife. This is in 1095. That's a typical Rowan knife steel that Randall Knife Company does, and it's a very popular knife, and I'll do a video on this next. But yeah, that's the size comparison to the SE Azula. Great little knife. My only complaint is with this, the Kydex sheath that SE gives you. Probably see it on the camera. There's it's rubbing off on here, and I think I can just, yeah, I can wipe it off a bit. That's plastic, so that's my only complaint about it. You know, it comes off. I imagine over time it'll stop. I like leather sheaths, but the Kydex sheath seems to, you know, hold its own. And I've ran this knife through its paces too. It works pretty similar, but I'm not sure if 1095 has better edge retention. Maybe a knife nerd can school me on that, but I liked it because I like green. Green's one of my favorite colors. And of course, as I said earlier, this knife here has a little paw imprint, like of a dog or something like that. But they have them in different other designs. They have them in Ultim, and this one's acrylic. And, you know, for the price, you know, it's cheaper than an American-made knife. But since this was a Kickstarter knife, people who started up. I think it was, I can't remember, I think it was 3V. They had one in 3V that I really wanted, but that was only part of the Kickstarter, so I wasn't able to buy that. So I think the other option was Sandvik at this price point. I got it for about 80 bucks. And I picked this one up at House of Knives. And, you know, as always, they ship the knife pretty quick, and it's just a great little knife. And I would recommend this knife if you're not really confident in folding knives. You just don't trust them. Again, you know, for what it is, it's not too intimidating. So if you take it out somewhere, somebody's not going to get really bothered by it. And I'll just do a comparison to my Temperance that I just did a video on. So it's a lot smaller than the Temperance. Of course, they also have this knife in a folding options, which is about, I think, 3 inches, and it's in K390. I'm not going to nerd out and do weights on it. This knife's pretty light. This knife is really light. And if you want, you could just take the handle off, and it's even more minimalistic. But I like it the way it is. It's a great little knife. Go pick yourself one up today. And take care.